got a tough match with Patrick Rafter. First, we'll take a look at Andre Agassi. He's two-time finalist, winner here in '94, playing the best tennis of the year. Looks to be fitter. That's a question mark. His footwork has been questionable, looking better. His first real test had today against the Australian Patrick Rafter.
It's interesting because these two players had a match at the Australian Open 2 years ago that was much ballyhooed in Australia. Now, granted, Agassi at the time was on his way to being #1. Blew Rafter off the court.
Ted Rafter is a totally different player, starting with his hairstyle. He thinks he's moving to Japan after turning a sumo wrestler, but he's a lot healthier than he's been. He's struggled with injuries himself. He's a lot stronger. He's fitter than he's ever been. His serve's got some more zip to it. He's beautiful at net, so athletic at net. And this is a classic matchup, Ted. The serve and volley. We don't see too many of those in the men's game. And Andre Agassi, the best returner in the game. So it pretty much boils down to what percentage of first serves Rafter gets in, because Agassi's going to hurt Rafter on the second.
Yeah, Agassi loves to pass. Is Rafter going to be a target for him?
Darn right he's going to be a target, but I mean, he's going to keep coming. Gets past 50, his best shot is at net.
Well, Agassi and Rafter looking for a spot in the quarterfinals, and Agassi trying to do what he did here 3 years ago, an unseeded champion.
Thank you, seats please.
And I'll tell you, the crowd is as fired up as I've seen it at the night session. The two best matches of the tournament have started at daylight and ended sort of in the twilight. There was Pete yesterday, that fantastic five-setter. And for those of you just joining us, Michael Chang, 2-1, 5-2 down, pulled out a thriller, 6-1 in the fifth against Cedric Pillin, who was looking like the righty Peter Quarter there for a while. Rafter to serve first.
First serve.
Quick, quite in a hurry.
Love the team.
Well, that didn't take long.
Yeah, I don't think it'll stay long. 24 now, living in Bermuda.
I wonder if that has anything to do with taxes. It is a nice place, Bermuda, but so is Australia.
15
Raptors had a great year. The one thing that's hurt him, he's made 5 finals, but it's the Buffalo Bills syndrome. He hasn't been able to win one of them.
Well, 9 out of 100 players would be happy to get the 5 finals.
Right.
Rafter enjoying by far the best year of his career coming into this match against Agassi. That bigger first serve that has some nice zip along with a little spin. That's an awful serve to handle. If he gets a high percentage of first serves in, he's going to be trouble tonight. Easy 3-setter, but even easier against Magnus Norman, and even easier against Lionel Roux. He's had an easy time to reach Agassi. How's that for a volley? Shoestring volley. He complained, Ted, coming in of a sore shoulder. He's played a lot of tennis, a couple finals leading up to this event, but he appears to be fine now. A couple days rest, a couple easy matches, back to 100%.
Game Rafter.
So Rafter starts well, holds his serve. Serve and the first Agassi pass of the match.
15 love.
But there's no secret what Rafter's game plan is. He's going to come in on the first and second serve. He's going to chip charge when he's given the opportunity. But give this guy credit. He's a pretty good ground stroker now. Semifinals at the French Open and gave Bruguera all he could handle. That angle too good there for Agassi. Agassi now 27, 5'11". He does not weigh 165. I guarantee you that. Incredibly, 63 in the world. Only 12 and 10 for the year. That's very un-Agassi-like. But
difference a week makes. Last week, people were wondering, hey, can this guy just win a match here? People were saying, can he win it?
Well, as I said earlier, the players in the locker room had a lot more respect for him than the people outside. So they knew this guy could play. He's been here 12th time now. Excellent record, including that great win when he was unseeded in '94, beating Michael Steek in the final, who has since retired. He didn't move too well to that ball. And that's been a question mark even in Brad Gilbert's mind. Is the footwork up to par to beat the big boys? Campbell got a little tight there in the third. Voinea, no problem. Looked real good against Mark Woodford. His best match there. Zach Gilbert, if you're watching, your dad says get the bet. He's got bedridden with the flu, but he wants to see this match. There's Brad in the middle, along with Chris Mullen on his left. The now Indiana Pacer, Joe Giuliano, also helps Andre and myself, among others. Not much he can do for me now.
Game wrong.
Two doubles to throw away that first service game. Couldn't have possibly imagined a worse start than that. First point of the match, second serve. He won the point. Since then, 4 first serves and a very tight game to serve. 2-love for Patrick Rafter. He'll take that miss hit.
Love 15.
Of course, Agassi takes the court, I'm sure, armed with the knowledge that he's always played well here at night. He's been, in many ways, the player of the 90s at night at the Open.
And also because of the heat factor, he's one happy guy. He's playing tonight. Rafter, at the moment, clearly the fitter of the two.
15-all.
Well, here's a slight difference, huh? 26 titles for Agassi, but none this year. Last championship was in Cincinnati last August.
Well, we should point out that Patrick Rafter only has one career title. That on grass back in '94. But you did bring up the 5 finals this year, but yet to win one in '96. I don't think he's worried a whole lot about that particular stat.
That's yours.
Well, there was your battle, John. The great return against the great volley.
Well, Rafter has a tendency to get close to the net. Agassi could utilize that excellent topspin lob he has, because Rafter is very quick, extremely athletic. Look at him. He's well set and puts that away easily. He's an imposing target up there, opposing person to deal with. Point for 3-love for the Aussie. There's a rare. Rafter staying back on the second serve. He must have an awful lot of respect, which I suppose he should, for Agassi's return. By the way, lifetime Agassi 4-1 over Rafter, but they haven't played in over a year. Rafter actually winning their last match. Didn't help Mark Woodford a whole lot in the last round. Woodford had won 2 straight against Agassi before Agassi routined Mark, in all honesty. Tremendous effort by Andre in the 3rd round. They stood a couple feet inside the baseline. So watch this. He steps forward, moves quickly, gets out of the way, and just guides the ball cross court.
Is there a place to serve to Agassi where you want to try to serve him? Or can he return anything?
He can return anything, but you got to continually mix it up, at least make him guess a little bit. This is one of the all-time great returners to serve right here. Him and Jimmy Connors, in my book, are the two greatest ever. And because Agassi doesn't serve as big as a number of players out there, he needs that big return. It's definitely humid out there, not that hot, so I don't think that will be a big factor this evening. I practiced this before. There were bugs all over the place. Thankfully, they seem to have left the area because it was rough out there.
Advantage Agassi.
So a double fault by Rafter, who's first. Gives Agassi another chance to break.
He was fired up in the locker room. He's hit twice already. Hit earlier in the afternoon after the Chang match. So if you could imagine this, he could possibly be over tennis today for Andre. Break point for Agassi. Got to go into the body like Rafter did there. Got to mix up the pace, go out wide, hit it harder up the middle. Also to sometimes throw in the knuckler, even up the middle.
Second service. Advantage Agassi.
Well, Ted, all it takes is a little lean the wrong direction. He got a little bit off balance, and that was curtains for Rafter up there at net. There's a miss-hit return, stretches there, just leans just a touch to his left, and Agassi rips the backhand up the line for a winner. That's why it's so important to get a first serve in. That was only 87 miles an hour, but Agassi has to at least half expect there's going to be a big one coming, so he misjudged that. Never really got himself in the point.
Advantage Agassi.
And Agassi hopes this is the start of a nice trend, making Rafter work the hole. For Agassi, his third chance to break. His fourth chance. First set. Venus Williams has made the semifinals of the women's draw here at the U.S. Open. A remarkable feat, and right now she's in our on Arthur Ashe Stadium court. Andre Agassi has held his serve, and now it's Rafter at 30-15. Third double fault for Rafter.
Well, he's probably going to hit a lot of doubles, Ted. He's pressing a little bit, going for a little bit more maybe than he's comfortable doing because he's playing Andre Agassi. Still has a point for 3-2 this first set. Got to be careful to play within himself because this is what's going to get him in big trouble in the long term if he keeps trying to press and go for too much. Look where he hits this ball. I mean, he's 3 feet, then he moves over nicely. Almost waited for a second to make Rafter think he wasn't going to be ready for that. And he just quickly pounced on it. No chance for Rafter back to deuce. Faked him out there.
Back to the preceding point, though, I can't believe Rafter's seeing many guys return his serve that far in front of the baseline.
Well, he's seen him enough to know that this is what's going to happen. This is Andre's best surface. Hard court surface, gets a clean look at the ball. He is very dangerous.
Game Rafter.
Rafter is held. We're on serve in the first set.
Introducing Precision Movements by
To generate his pace. Rafter, he thinks, doesn't handle the pace very well. So you're going to see Andre going after the ball. Particularly set on the forehand side. Tends to break down now. Although I must say he has improved it.
Well, 2 points in a row. You're right. He's gone for the win to the forehand.
He wants to kick it out wide to the Rafter backhand and then hurt him with the forehand. That's a good stretch there. That was not an easy shot at all. Good pass by Rafter. The risk you run by going after a guy's supposed weaknesses. I heard Jonas Bjorkman say, everyone says his forehand's not as good, so everyone hits to his forehand. It was actually his forehand's gotten better. Same thing with Rafter.
40 love.
You're going to see that all night. Chip charge play. He needs to get it a little bit deeper. He tried to go up the middle to not allow Agassi an angle, but he made one up of his own. 40 love. Agassi so far has not gotten a serve in faster than 94 miles an hour. Anytime he's gone for something big, it has not worked. Just when he saw Rafter starting to lean, 3-0 to the forehand, he hit behind him. He showed some good patience there. Of course, he hit a serve 112 miles an hour the moment I said he hadn't hit a hard one. And then he lines this up beautifully. Good preparation, and it's tough to read that shot. Better keep a towel close by because it's awful humid out there. You see Rafter has broken a good sweat already early in this first set.
15 love.
Well struck second serve there by Rafter. Here Andre saying it was right there, should have had it. far, Agassi hasn't used the lob at all. It looked like that was crying for a lob there. Rafter, look how close he is to the net. So he knows all he has to do is stick the racket out, and that's a winner. That's why you cover the line. That's why Arthur Ashe, when he coached me in Davis Cup, told me to cover the line, because if you cover that line and the guy goes cross court, he's off the court. So you just have to stick your racket on it, get it in. It's your point.
Now, would a player save a weapon like that topspin lob? Would he save it?
I think he would,
like
actually. That wouldn't surprise me if Agassi did that. Although, if I were Agassi, I'd prefer to get off the early break and utilize the shot if necessary.
Rafter, ball change.
Rafter holds, and we stay on serve. 4-3 in the first.
Obviously still a little tense because he normally doesn't miss that shot. He does that all the time. Agassi with new balls at 15 love.
We talked about the matchup of Rafter serving against Agassi, John. What's this one? Agassi serving to Rafter. What's
I think it's very important as well for Andre to get a high percentage of first serves, which I think is why you're seeing him not go for a lot. Because he knows what's going to happen if he hits a short second serve. Patrick Rafter is going to come in and put pressure on him.
30-15.
If he just hits a serve 100 miles an hour, so places it well, he'll get a lot of errors from Rafter. Or at the very least, be in charge of the point. Rafter does not return a serve. It's not as strong. Rafter's not the only guy that's tight out there. Both these players have not gotten all the butterflies out yet. Broke onto the first time he served. Andre leveled quickly. Now finds himself in a bit of trouble here. Pulled up on that forehand unnecessarily. Smart play by Agassi, because you know Rafter was going to come in the second he had a chance, so he put the pressure on instead. And tricky little half volley that he handled quite nicely. Still, Rafter's going to be disappointed he missed that back, and he was there in plenty of time. Captain, along with John Newcomb, approves. See, this is what happens. You go cross court, so all Rafter do is stick out his racket and wins the point.
Seeing Tony Roach there, interesting, because he doesn't coach Rafter.
Jeez. I'll tell you one thing, Ted. I saw it. Patrick in the locker room before the match, and Tony Roach had his ear.
Is that right?
He definitely helps him out at the big events. He does travel for the most part on his own. Likes to hang around with his doubles partner and buddy, Mark Philippoussis. There's a lot of women around those guys.
Another break point chance for Rafter.
Advantage Rafter.
Rafter's had because he doesn't travel with a coach, he's had trouble finding people to hit with. Even the days where he's played his finals this year, he hasn't had a person to warm up with. So in Long Island, right before the Open started, he had to warm up with Carlos Moya, the guy he played that day in the finals.
Game Rafter.
So now the Aussie has a chance to serve out the first
Rafter
set.
leads 5-3.
Rafter's got to be one happy man right now. He really has not played particularly well. He got up that early break. He's serving at under 50%, yet it's Patrick Rafter serving for this first set. I'll tell you, Tony Roche is not going to hurt his volleying ability, because that guy had, along with Stefan Edberg, the greatest backhand volley I've ever seen, period.
15 left.
Agassi's overexcited right now and not in the flow.
When you were in this spot, what did you do to try to get in the flow?
Well, I think what he's trying to get in the flow, he's trying not to go for too much on the return. He's actually pulling back. He's just basically tight and choking at the moment. He's trying to do the right thing. He just hasn't been able to get in the rhythm. And you know why? Because this guy is such a good athlete, it's intimidated Andre a little bit. That's exactly what Rafter wanted. He's got 3 set points now to take a 1-set lead here in the round of 16 match. The winner to play, the big Swede, Magnus Larsson. That's on the line.
And first set Rafter. 6-3.
So Patrick Rafter, breaking serve twice, has won the first set from Agassi.
Yes, he has. Things aren't looking good at the moment.
Love 30.
He's talked about how much better he feels, how much more confidence, how much fitter. Well, he's going to have to prove it now, because Rafter's not going to hand it to him. I suspect Rafter actually get better. I don't think he's playing at his best yet.
Let's check in now with Pam Schreiber. Pam?
Thanks, Ted. Yeah, you never know who you're going to run into at a tennis match. Comedian Elaine Boozler, what are you doing here?
You know, I hosted the telethon, so I was up all weekend, and I got out of the taxi bleary-eyed, and I'm looking for my section, trying to find my seats, and, you know, it's Matt's, I guess it's next door, but I didn't realize it, and I came in, and I thought I was in the right place, because I heard peanuts, peanuts, and I really feel yelling, Venus, Venus. So I stayed. It's really wonderful. It's a little disappointing. There's not as much airplanes going overhead as Shea Stadium, so that kind of takes away from some of the excitement. But
you enjoyed Venus.
I enjoyed Venus. It was an incredible match. I mean, the women were spectacular. This is also wonderful. I know Clemens is pitching next door. For me to not feel cheated and not seeing him means this is great tonight. And the women were spectacular. I'm very happy to be at Arthur Ashe Stadium and be part of this.
Well, thanks, Elaine, and forget Roger Clemens, at least for a night. Thanks for that.
I will. I used to watch you play when I was a little girl. Back upstairs.
So Agassi coming back from love 30, holds his serve to start the second set.
That was love 15. Want to give him a love 30. Instead, back to 15 all. The moment Rafter's hitting his second serve almost as hard as his first. I mean, that was a big-time second serve. tell you one thing. He wants the freshest balls available because the most zip on that right-handed serve.
Is that why he just went and changed rackets, too?
That I can't tell you. I don't think he broke his string.
Right.
Oh!
The other night we were talking about this stat, John, for the current year, the 97 tennis year. It was once a category Agassi dominated.
He hasn't really played a whole lot of tennis, to be honest. So, and what he has played has not been particularly good. So that's not a big surprise.
I believe we were talking about in reference to Jonas Bjorkman, the quarterfinalist,
who's top 5 or 10 in both first and second serve, returned beautifully in matches we've seen.
Game Rafter. 1-all.
Right now, the server is beating the returner.
Well, this was a nice-looking drop volley from Rafter. He had plenty of time to decide what to do here. Andre had nothing on that pass. That was an easy, in all honesty, a pretty easy shot for Patrick Rafter. He's got some beautiful feel at net.
15 love.
Fourth double for Agassi.
Well, clearly Rafter's going to come in up the middle and try to cut off Agassi's angle, but he made no mistake there. He stayed down nice with that forehand, pulled it cross court, easy winner. There you go. That's what I've been waiting for.
And the commentary of Rafter, he watched it go over his head.
14-15.
Good point all around by both players. Rafter makes Agassi produce the goods, and boy, does he. Beautiful topspin lob.
Well, if he was saving it, he couldn't wait much longer.
I would have brought it out earlier, personally. That'll definitely make Rafter think twice. And maybe not get quite as close to that net.
Game Agassi. Agassi leads 2-1
as he runs off after a hole.
It's never been real hot. Today is probably the hottest day. Ask the players out in Australia this year. Talk about high. It was 120, 130 on the court.
Rafter's defying one trend. He's not getting a lot of first serves.
No, his first serve has been poor. As a matter of fact, he's gotten one first serve in this second set. Yet, I must say, his second serve has looked awfully good. He got more bite than I expected, and I think more than Andre Agassi expected. Of course, he gets his first serve serve in at 118, and Agassi hits it for a winner. You figure.
30-15.
That's what Rafter couldn't do a couple years ago, is hit first serves that big. He was stuck at the maybe 105, 110 mark. Now he's clocking another 5-10 miles per hour, and that's really helped him.
Well, Agassi's starting to, at least with body language, try to make everyone believe it's back. He's found it.
Well, based on the last couple of returns, he's gotten 2 winners, missed 1 other first serve. Rafter still got a point for 2 all.
Starting to see winners off his racket.
Well, Rafter gave him the knuckler serve. Nothing on it, 78 miles per hour. He should have done more with the forehand, though. Gave Agassi 1 more chance. Agassi took advantage. For the life of me, I don't know why Rafter hit it right back to Agassi. He could have pulled it either way. And now the crowd. That sprint on the changeover opened a few of the spectators' eyes. Starting to get more solidly behind Agassi. Second serve. Once Andre decided to run around this backhand, he had to hit a winner. He was well off the court. Rafter hit a good, solid forehand volley.
Thank you. Please.
There's your moment again.
I can tell you from personal experience, Chang and Lendo in 2 separate open matches destroyed me with those topspin lobs, and that's what I think Agassi should be doing here.
Boy, that was screaming for it, wasn't it?
It was right there. Rafter was so close to the net. Just have to guard against getting caught up in the moment and hitting the big winners. The lob is just as effective and probably more annoying to your opponent. He's clearly starting to pick it up, though. He's starting to read Rafter's serve more. He's getting the crowd more involved. Things are subtly starting to turn his way. Rafter didn't do anything with that volley. Back to deuce. Nothing Agassi can do with that. That is what you call an absolutely unreturnable serve.
Ace number 2.
That's a tougher proposition for a righty to get out wide on the ad court. What Agassi wanted, though. Even if he loses this game, he's making Rafter work a lot harder on his serve. 4th deuce now. That was his 4th double.
Advantage, Rafter.
Service game, a struggle for Rafter, but he eventually holds.
Well, I like the fact that Agassi made him work. Now he's got to make sure he doesn't let down or get discouraged on his serve, because Rafter will be quick to take advantage. Talking to his contingent up there. And that's not a good sign. Both players are going to take a breather there. Longest point of the match right there. Love 30 for Rafter. I think it'd be a good idea for Andre to take his time here. Doesn't want to throw away a point at love 30 down. Looking for a little breather there. Still trying to catch him air. 15-30. Watch this right here. He totally fakes Agassi out. Look, looks like he's going there. Goes back. Agassi with the inside-out forehand, and then Rafter beautifully. The drop volley winner. Boy, Agassi like to have that forehand back. 2 break points for Rafter.
I'm sure Agassi's just happy to know that there is still a way he can pass this guy without going over the top.
I still think he should use that lob or get Rafter off the net. His nose is on that net. That pace hurt Rafter there on the forehand. He really pulled up. Missed that one badly. that shot 9 out of 10 times. Tougher to pull off at 6-3 down, 2-all deuce. Give both players credit there. Agassi hanging tough. Rafter trying to get him uncomfortable. Hit slice short. Use the angles. Make Agassi hit balls he's not comfortable with. But Andre stayed with those shots. Those were tough shots. Daring him to come to net. But Andre wouldn't come in.
Are you surprised at the amount of rallies Rafter's getting into?
I'm a little surprised. I knew he could do it. I saw him play at the French, but I thought he'd be attacking even more.
Advantage Rafter.
And of course, it was at the French where Rafter made the semifinals.
I had a real good chance against Sergi Bruguera. Lost 4 tough sets there. Another break point chance. 4th double for Agassi. He comes in. He meant this, right?
Is that deep in the bag of tricks?
That is, please go over the net. Even better than he could have hoped for. He seems pretty comfortable with that backhand down the line. Once again, Rafter, not enough juice on that approach. Andre's footwork a little bit questionable there. Didn't move well that forehand.
This is going to be a much-needed change for these guys. They've been 2 long games.
Good adjustment by Rafter, more zip, and went to the forehand. Agassi clips the top of the tape, and Rafter's rewarded with another break point.
Fifth one of this game. Agassi claiming Rafter's shot was out. No help for Agassi. Rafter is up a break in the second.
All right, time now for our BMW tournament summary. For the 5th time, Michael Chang goes to the quarterfinals. He's now 19-9 in 5 setters as he takes out Cedric Pioline. And beginning in 1974 with Jimmy Connors, 11 straight years left-handed players won the title. 3 still left this year. Monica Seles, 90. That was the last time, 3rd round, 91-92. Of course, she was the champ. 93-94, she didn't play. Last 2 years, the runner-up, but she is out of the tournament. The number 2 seed loses today to Arena Spurlea. Right now, let's send it back to Ted and John.
Rafter at 15 love.
30 love.
Third ace for Rafter.
I'd like to get the Mac cam on that last call, Ted. That did look out from my angle.
Agassi knew how huge a point it was for him.
Sure did. Bottom line, 6'3", 3'2", 30 love Rafter at the moment. Well, that ball was right on the line. No doubt about that. Rafter just slaps it off. But that ball skidded. I mean, see, Andre knows it too. The good news for Rafter, it wasn't break point down. He's 30 love up. So that doesn't equal out in the end.
It never does, right?
You're not going to get an argument from me, that's for sure. That was a tremendous topspin love. That was from well off the court. None of the players, by the way, believe for a second that it equals out in the end either. Only one did. The guy whose name stands outside this stadium, Arthur Rafter. He kept trying to tell me it did, and I kept trying to tell him it wasn't going to happen. Showing some tremendous reflexes, Patrick Rafter. That ball was hit a ton. Not only did he get it back, but he hit it beautifully in the corner. Resulted in an easy over put away point for 4-2, second set.
Indeed, a home run for Rafter. 4-2.
Rafter, to his credit, has not been slowed at all by the conditions played, by the circumstances, by the opponent. This is all new to him.
Well, we did talk about the match a couple of years ago in Australia. This is his home country. That was obviously a huge match for Rafter. He didn't do a good job there. Agassi dominated him and went on to win the Australian Open that year. 3-4 in love. And he destroyed Rafter off the second serve. Not today so far. Here's a stat. He won 7 of 31 second serve points.
Rafter.
Yeah. Not the case so far today. His second serve has looked awfully good. I talked to Pete Sampras at Wimbledon. He said the second serve is the key to that entire tournament. He should work Rafter constantly with that. Because not only is it a great shot, and not only is Rafter close to the net, but it's going to fatigue Rafter, have to go up and back. A rarity there. Agassi serving and volleying, gets a nice forehand volley put away. Simple as that.
Rafter. This USA update.
Ladies and gentlemen, in fairness to both players, please don't walk out as the players are about to serve. Thank you.
Noble attempt there by chair umpire Michael Morrison.
Tell him also not to have another drink the rest of the night, too. See how well that goes over.
Please.
Agassi had a couple second serves. Couldn't capitalize. Back to deuce.
That's statistically, for what it's worth, that's the biggest difference from the match 2 years ago to tonight.
Rafter's got some nice stick, though, on that second serve. It's confusing Agassi. He was waiting for that down-the-line pass that time.
Advantage Rafter.
He's seen it too often already in this match. Picks it up nicely. Gets himself nice and prepared for this Agassi pass. Covers the line, and it pays off for him.
Saved 2 break points.
Rafter leads 5-3.
And looking very strong to go up 2 sets here.
That's surprising. Agassi only has 1 break out of 7 attempts. A couple chances there, and now finds himself in a big hole. And people actually leaving the stadium. That's hard to believe.
Well, that's something you've never seen in an Agassi match in New York. Except that Willis was the first or second round, and he was blowing the other guy out. But tomorrow night, they will not leave the Korda Bjorkman match. I know that. Rafter's athletic prowess now is known on the basketball court. He's just started playing hoops on the tour. Players, and he's picked up the nickname Rodman. He said he can't get a rebound when this guy's on the court. He gets every one of them.
I bet he could play some mean defense.
13.
Agassi throws in his 6th double. And Rafter 2 points from a 2 sets to love lead.
Yeah. 14 total.
Rafter serving for a 2-set lead.
Tony Roach would have hit it. Knifes that backhand volley away for a winner. It's a beautiful shot to watch. Expected to see more of that, frankly, Ted. Hurting Rafter off the second serve. Clipped the tape, but went over. First one of those he's missed. After looking to get a couple first serves in here. Hit it quite as clean as you would have liked, but he'll take it. He steps in real close, takes that ball nice and early, doesn't let it jump up on him, and gets rewarded. Here's Tony Roach. Great player in his own right. Set point. Patrick Rafter.
Second serve. Went down the middle, and Agassi got it back.
Excellent second serve. He hesitated just a touch. He wanted to see if Agassi was going to move. He didn't. Got a little bit tight, but still Agassi had to come up with a big pass there.
Thank you.
And this crowd's going to go nuts if Agassi can break. Settle back. Come on!
Now Agassi down a set point, breaks. It's 5-all.
He is fired up right now. Got a burst of adrenaline. Rafter better watch out now.
first or something, because suddenly the ball's jumping off Andre's racket.
Serving a lot bigger. You don't need spinners. You need to break serve.
Second set.
Now let's send it back to Ted and John.
And Alex Rafter serving to send this set to a tiebreak. The night matches tomorrow. Hingis against Sanchez Vicario. And then Korda against Bjorkman.
Rafter's attempting to keep his cool. And it looks like he's doing a pretty good job of it, but you know inside he's boiling. He'd love to have that backhand volley he had at set point. And we talked about going after Rafter's forehand. I'm starting to see why now. Awful close there. Good credit to Andre Agassi. He's really picked it up when necessary, starting with that incredible passing shot set point down. That's a good deep volley.
Thank you.
And that's a big winner off a back foot.
I'm not sure, John, and if you think of someone, go ahead. I can never remember a streakier tennis player than Andre Agassi.
Now we saw yesterday, Peter Korda is pretty streaky.
But when this guy gets a go, he can just rip off games in a heartbeat. And here he's the two chances to take a set that he was out of 10 minutes.
This is exciting. He's really picked up the energy level here. Tremendous effort. Talks about the crowd erupting when he broke. Wait till he wins his set. You can just smell it right now. Rafter just kept giving him another chance. First with this overhead, then with this drop volley. Agassi says to himself, "What? Didn't I go up the line there?" He is set all right now. One more chance here. Fifth ace. Second service you're going to see. Looks like it's Davis Cup captain John Newcomb, who had a great second serve, great big match player. And he went for it all there, and it paid off. Point to send this to a second set tiebreak.
Seems to have turned is Agassi starting to jump on the second serve.
He's definitely picked it up, no doubt. He's got the adrenaline pumping, crowd behind him, seeing the ball better. Rafter's giving it his all, but he's got his hands full at the moment.
Save by Rafter to get this to a tiebreak. And suddenly Agassi's charge has been at least slow. Both players have had set points. It's going to wind up in a tiebreak. Agassi will serve first. 7 points wins the tiebreak. He must win by 2.
Hitting that backhand down the line superbly tonight. Rafter guessed right, but still couldn't handle the ball. Rafter's got to look for the down the line a little bit, so this time Agassi rips it cross court for a winner. Maybe think about going to the forehand. Got overexcited, went for too much, and paid the price. Perfectly done there. Agassi. Best serve he's hit today. Right up the tee. Ace number 6. Oh, no, excuse me, ace number 2. 3-2 Agassi, second set tiebreak.
That's a sensor that's on the net. No judges to call lets any longer.
the second serve that saved him so far. He's under 50% for the match first serves, but he's done a good job all in all with that second serve, mixing it up, confusing Agassi.
John, it seems like Andre has expended so much effort and energy to try to win this set. But it'd be fatal if he doesn't.
2 sets down against a fit guy like Rafter. Not high on confidence the year he's had. It'll be extremely difficult. Talk about a big-time point in net. He made a couple tremendous stabs.
4-3.
Kept his
Rafter.
cool. Not on the first, but the second overhead, he puts it away. I tell you, Rafter's expending a lot of energy, too. Whoever loses this set is going to be one sorry guy. Both have had set points and had their chances. Certainly didn't expect that. Rafter controlling the point from the baseline ends up hitting a forehand winner. That's number 1. Couldn't have come at a better time. 3-5 Agassi, second set breaker.
And that really made Andre look dispirited. First time in a while. On his racket.
Once again, Agassi with a tremendous stab. It was a good passing shot by Rafter. Not only does he stab it back, but he places it beautifully. He's done that at least 3 or 4 times this match.
As I was trying to say, Rafter now gets the set on his racket. 2 serves at 5-4.
Made no mistake there. Stayed down beautifully with that volley. Hit it to the open court. Now, Patrick Rafter with 2 more set points. His second of this set. Don't forget Agassi's had 2 as well.
U.S. Open on USA.
Gets that backhand up the line again. He was up love 30. Rafter played a couple of solid points. Agassi rips the winner. Break point. First game of the 3rd set. Hat off. Get rid of that superstition. Athletes are very superstitious. Try anything for a change that will help them. Rafter loses the 3rd and 4th. They'll probably take that little look he's got here and change it. Sumo wrestler to put the hat on.
He looks like Aladdin, doesn't he?
He looks a lot better than I look, so leave it at that.
That might be the one thing you haven't tried.
I wish I had the hair to try it. afford to do that. Rafter stays back on the second serve, and Agassi serves up a forehand and dumps it in the middle of the net.
Rafter back to hold, starting the third. Agassi's come back from a 2-set deficit as recently as April, when he did it in a Davis Cup tie against the Netherlands and Jan Simmering on a hard court. And that's right now what Agassi must pull hope from, as he's down 2 sets to a guy playing as well as he ever has in his career, in Patrick Rafter. Agassi serving here at 15 all.
He also doesn't have the luxury of talking to a coach, which he can in Davis Cup. Tom Gullickson, the Davis Cup captain. Tell that guy to try it, will you?
40-15.
This shot badly. Making his best effort. Watch out. Agassi with another superb drop volley, though. That's been his best shot of the match. That's about as good as you can hit an approach shot. What he just hit, Ted. Had some zip on it. Kept it nice and low. And didn't hit it deep enough where Agassi actually had a good play on it. You don't always have to hit it right near the baseline. Okay, a little winded right now, which of course is what Agassi would love to see.
Remember, once upon a time, the young Andre Agassi, that was the big knock on him, is that he couldn't play the long match. And he finally... did it when he beat Connors here. Agassi lost the first 5 matches he ever played 5 sets in, and then he beat Connors right here in the quarterfinals in 1989.
Well, he has a 12-12 career 5-set record. That's not scintillating for a guy of his ability. Jimmy Connors, who turned 45, I believe, yesterday. Quite a bit older than Andre. Now, watch out. Andre down, great point. Love won 3rd set. Actually, it's today. Jimmy Connors celebrating his 45th birthday. Guillermo Vilas not far behind.
On the critical list.
He sure is. He's in big trouble now.
How many sets do you think Connors played today to celebrate his birthday? Come on, you know he
probably not a whole lot. 36 to 54 holes of golf. My prediction. Andre's got to dig deep. Keep competing here. 100%. He's not out of this match yet. Only Agassi could do this. Just take it as a half volley, flick it cross court for a winner, and put something on it. Well done there. Beautifully placed serve.
If John Andre continues to be serious about playing top-level tennis, he could do worse than consult with, we even work with a guy that's sitting in his box there, Chris Mullen. He's made an incredible commitment to fitness.
Couldn't have said it any better. That guy is truly dedicated to keeping himself on tip-top shape, and he deserves to get this opportunity to work with one of my all-time favorites, Larry Bird. Another guy who worked extremely hard. He's not going to put up any guff, I'll tell you that. They may actually set a pick this year. I don't see a whole lot of guys in the NBA setting picks.
I never thought I would hear the day that a Knicks fan would tell someone that a Celtic was his all-time favorite.
Well, you know, I grew up with Willis and Walt, you know, those days, but now I'm about the same age as Larry Bird, and he was some player. Him and Magic Johnson brought new life to the NBA. Agassi looking to bounce back here, has a couple breakpoint chances. 15-40. Well, time now for our Visa point of the day, and let's give credit to Arena Spurlea on the far side of the court against the number 2 seed, Monica Seles. This one went 3 sets, putting the first 2 in tie breaks. 75 winners for Spurlea, and a number of great gets. She bounced the number 2 seed, Monica Seles, and that is our Visa point of the day. Right now, let's send it back to Ted and John.
Andre Agassi's hoping for one final lift here. He needs something quickly, and he's hoping that last break of serve will do it.
He's quickly down low 30. Rafter, a good approach to first point. Now Agassi with an unforced error. It's 34 unforced errors for Agassi in this match. 2.5 sets in. Has clocked 46 winners, however. Rafter totally missing that return. Come in, and that's called coming in on the kitchen sink. Agassi didn't have much of a problem with that pass. 15-30. Still better than missing the return, though. Make Agassi hit the pass. He got caught admiring one of his shots. Could have cut that ball off. That was a number of shots ago, but he got himself in trouble having to half volley that Rafter return and end up losing the point. That was a big point to lose. 15-40 now, break points for Patrick Rafter. That time he even hit a better backhand up the line. The last time he had sat there admiring it. This time Rafter with no chance to run it down. all day. Got tight, pulled up, and hit it quite long. Rafter breaks again, and we're now 2 hours in and a new day.
Citizen Watch match time.
Come on, Andre, right now.
And it is. It's late night tennis at the U.S. Open. We're glad to have you here on USA.
Sorry.
We've had you all day.
13 hours now. And we'll be back at 11 this morning.
Our nighttime tennis produced by Greg Picker and directed by Bruce Troy. Just yeoman duty all day by hundreds of technical folks, both from USA and our colleagues at CBS.
Rafter scrambles unsuccessfully there. Agassi once again with that backhand pass up the line.
I'm sure what Andre needs now, too, is a jolt from the remnants of the crowd.
I noticed that a lot of the crowd was getting closer to the court, which was a good sign. They may be letting the people in closer, which I think is a great idea. Help energize the players at this late hour. He makes such a tremendous get on that return. Hit the passing shot. Rafter was truly surprised to see this return go in.
$40-30.
He called that in. That was in. Good overrule there. Agassi knew it. Michael Morrissey from England. First, I believe, first overrule of the match.
Nighttime tennis tomorrow on USA begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Women's quarters, Martina Hingis, the #1 seed, and her doubles partner, Nacho Sanchez-Vicario. They meet against each other. And then in the men's quarters, Peter Korda against Jonas Bjorkman. Two players that have been extremely impressive in their march through the draw thus far. And of course, Korda, the man that eliminated Pete Sampras.
Love the team.
And Bjorkman, by the way, the only man still involved in the singles and doubles. Andre opens the 4-1 game with a double fault. That's 8 for Agassi in this match. He's got a desperate look in his eyes now, Ted.
Come into play that favor Rafter: fitness and match play. Match
exactly right. And that's the lesson Andre will take out of this if he loses. It's well-deserved for Patrick Rafter. He's worked extremely hard, gotten himself in tip-top shape, and he's match tough. And that's probably the difference. Agassi's got the talent of a Rafter, but hard work paying off. Well, he should have made that. He'd like that one back. He'd love to get this second break. He knows how good Agassi returns. Magnus Larsson waiting in the wings. Play the winner of this match. trying. It's paying off for him, as we just said. Agassi thought he had the point one here, but Rafter did a good job there. And Agassi actually had quite a good volley. Rafter had one last chance. A little too fatigued to put enough on that forehand. Agassi's actually volleyed quite well today. He sure didn't want to get down 2 breaks. Then it would have really been over.
Agassi.
Well, Agassi holds. Rafter still up a break in the third.
Critical for Andre. That puts a little bit of pressure on Rafter. It's not easy to serve matches like this out, but if he holds serve twice, he's in the U.S. Open quarterfinals.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we tend to forget, John, this is the first slam that Agassi's played since last year here.
Right.
And that's not easy. Just walk back in and say, okay, I'm going to start knocking people off.
Not at all. He's actually played pretty well, but he's had an easy draw. Woodford gave him a test in the third round. By the way, Magnus Larsson is 0-1 against Rafter. Lost to him in Cincy 7-5 the third, so that obviously could go either way. Agassi 3-1 over Larsson.
Well, it's not quite as dramatic as the French Open's field, but still a lot of unfamiliar names to quarterfinal action. Here at the Open, Bjorkmans and Brzezinskis and Larsons.
There's some match-tough guys, though, that have worked hard. Paid off for him. He got tight on that volley. Easy volley for Patrick Rafter, but nothing comes easy at this point. Just inside the line there.
The 8th ace for Rafter.
Put up a nice defensive lob close to the baseline. Rafter hit a big-time overhead from that far behind the baseline. On a big point for him. Point for 5-2, third set. Look at this get from Rafter. Agassi with a nice looking return. Rafter stretching beautifully, but Agassi just too good there. I think it clipped the top of the tape.
And here comes the diehards that are trying to urge Agassi back in this.
They got all night. second serve he's hit tonight, but Agassi just ripped it right back, produced the error, and now Andre with the break point.
It's Agassi serving. And Andre trying to see if he can follow up a break with a good service game. He could not do that earlier in the third.
And he's screaming at himself. He knows that's exactly what he does not want to do. Play a loose game here.
A new record in the 14 years that USA Network has been covering the U.S. Open. This is the longest day of coverage. Continuous 13 hours and about 15 minutes. This guy has just flown by, John. And the way the rules are here, we get one bathroom break every 6 hours.
If Agassi pulls this match out, we'll be big record. Decided to employ the tactics he used against Woodford. Take a lot off the ball. Just get it back nice and deep. Not happy with the way things have gone so far. That's a good change up here right now. Yeah, Rafter pressing a little bit. 40-15. Kill Andre to hit the ball that soft. I think a big rip at it, but it's definitely the right play. How about that angle from Rafter off the return? Drop shot return.
Game Agassi.
Third ace. Had a great time. 4-all, and there's still several thousand here. Maybe 5,000 or so people from the night crowd. These are the people that thrive on late night tennis at the U.S. Open. They're going to yell, they're going to scream.
Just the way Agassi wants it.
Ninth Rafter ace.
15 all.
Patrick may have broken a string. He'll pull out a new bat. Good news for him is he gets a first serve at least. He's going to have to try to snap in a second serve.
Huge one, please.
He's looked the entire tournament. Rafter would dearly like that shot back. He could have done 15 things with that ball.
And how did Agassi do that thing with that ball?
Big chance here for Agassi now. Second serve, 15-30. Slice into the Agassi body. Excellent serve at a big occasion. Couldn't quite get around it. Quickest way to get over a double fault. Serve up ace number 10. Back to deuce. 4-all, third set. 2 sets to love for Rafter.
Advantage Agassi.
Rafter should have made. And you said it's a routine.
Agassi's going to hit the ball down the line. Rafter knows he's going to hit the ball down the line.
He actually mishit it, so Rafter was in front of it. Both corners trying to urge their man on. Agassi corner at the far end of where we are, Ted, and the Rafter contingent closer by. That's what Agassi wants to see. Rafter yelling at himself, questioning himself. Another break point for Andre.
Seemed out of this long goal. Now he's very much in it. Serving to win the third set.
Ted was watched the earlier match today. Michael Chang down 2 sets to 1. 5-2, came back. Peter Korda down 3-love in the fifth. He came back. Andre Agassi down 2 sets. 4-1, now serving for the third set. Love 15. He is fired up.
15.
Due to contractual obligations, we'll be leaving this match shortly. But you'll still have a way to find out what's going on, and we'll tell you about that in a few moments. Double set point.
What's this guy thinking right now? If I break this racket, I still got another 6 or 7 in the back.
Been christened. It's the first zany late night bunch of crazies here. And Agassi has made things happy for them. I want to remind you that CBS Late Night will be continuing coverage of this match with our viewers in the Eastern and Central time zones.
Got it going now, Ted. Everything is starting to fall his way. Patrick Rafter attempting to keep his composure. Still up 2 sets to 1. Still knows he's the fitter of the 2 guys.
15.
But you know Agassi is going to feed off this crowd the rest of the match, so I don't think that's going to be much of a factor. Rafter's going to have to play a better set than Andre Agassi.
Looking at him, John, does he have enough?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind, he's capable of doing it. Remember Connors, and I don't even want to bring this up for my brother's sake. Patrick McEnroe, 2 sets, 3-love, love 40 down. Connors roared back to win in 5.
14-13.
contractual obligations, we'll be saying goodnight now to our viewers in the Eastern and Central time zones. CBS Late Night will continue coverage for you of this match. In the Pacific time zones, in Hawaii and other territories, stay with us live right here on USA.
You are looking live at fourth round match between Patrick Rafter and Andre Agassi at Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'm Pat O'Brien along with Mary Carrillo. Patrick Rafter won the first 2 sets. Agassi battled back in the third and now is serving love 1 in the fourth. Rafter, the 13 seed here, against Andre Agassi, unseeded in this Open. And if that sounds familiar, he was unseeded in '94 and beat 5 seeds on his way to win it all. And here he is tonight, the crowd hoping for one of those big-time New York matches.
Well, they are witnessing that tonight. Patrick Rafter is a classic Australian serve and volley player who denied Agassi a set point in set 2. Patrick Rafter also built up a 4-1 lead in the third for himself before Agassi scrambled back with some remarkable returns of serve and passing shots.
Maybe 20 minutes, Andre seems to have found himself. He's really focused in on this.
Just a few moments ago, when Andre Agassi was able to capture that third set, Ashe Stadium went nuts. A standing O.
Remind you, this is live. We'll stay here right to the very end of this. And out of that 1 in the fourth. Very hot, humid day out here. A little cooler now, but still very humid, as you can probably see.
People have to question the fitness level of Andre Agassi. He's played so little tennis in '97 and has not played well. But Patrick Rafter's brand of tennis, believe me, is very, very tough on the body as well. Agassi wanting an out call on that serve. There have been several squabbles tonight. No overrule from Mike Morrissey in the chair.
Pretty vocal crowd, too. You can hear them.
In fact, you can understand Agassi's anger. He has done such a fine job of battling back to get himself into this fourth round match. But I think he's also betraying his nerves a little bit by harping over that call. Oh, man, handle that heat.
So Rafter leads 2-1 now in the fourth. And everybody's been looking for that great night match at the U.S. Open, and the crowd out there hanging on this hour of the night, well after midnight, hoping for just that. Andre, as you said, had a dismal, can we use the word, for his summer until Indianapolis. Played pretty well then. Then he came in here and started to roll in the U.S. Open, and you know what that's like when Andre Agassi gets on a roll here. Lots of folks get behind him. He gets focused. You see it in his eyes. And here we are.
Rafter will continue to play this kind of tennis. He's got one of the great serve-volley combinations, perhaps the only pure serve and volleyer left at this year's U.S. Open.
It's night 9 at the U.S. Open at the USTA National Tennis Center in New York City. And a lot of folks have been looking for that match to really inaugurate Arthur Ashe Stadium and bring it on big time. And tonight it is big time New York City tennis as Patrick Rafter and Andre Agassi are battling it out in the 4th set of a 4th round action. Pat O'Brien along with Mary Carrillo. Glad you're with us. We are live. And it is indeed late night in New York. Patrick Rafter, the Australian, and Andre Agassi in a 4th round match. And we will stay till the conclusion. Rafter took the first 2 sets. Andre battled back in the 3rd. Rafter's the 13 seed here at the U.S. Open, and there you look at Andre Agassi. His 97 record hasn't been great.
Hasn't even been close to good, in fact. And all of the fight and effort that Agassi is putting in against Rafter tonight has been absent for almost all of 97.
And Patrick Rafter, as he said, the number 13 seed. They tied 2-all in the 4th. Rafter has won all his matches in straight sets coming in.
Patrick Rafter has been one of the great form horses coming into this year's U.S. Open. He's played that kind of tennis for so much of 97, especially in this hard court season, that he finally got seeded for the first time at the U.S. Open, the 13 seed.
Ranked 14th. And there you see his stats.
And surely Rafter might have thought that this could have been a straight sets victory. He has not yet dropped a set. He had Agassi down 2 sets, and he himself was up 4-1 in the 3rd with play like this. But Agassi roared back. And despite the lateness of the hour, there are many thousands of fans still here at Ashe Stadium, seeing if Agassi could pull this one off.
And hoping that Andre can bring back some of that magic that he brought here in '94 when he came in also unseeded. And went on to win it all. See the time, they've been out there 2 hours and 40 minutes. One way to do it. Live coverage of Rafter Agassi. Here, we'll be back. Agassi is serving in the 4th set. 2-3, 15-all. Now 30-15 against Patrick Rafter. The 13th seed here at the U.S. Open. A night match, and you're watching it live here on CBS. Pat O'Brien along with Mary Carrillo. Rafter won the first 2 sets. Andre won the 3rd. Here we are in the 4th, 40-15. Serving 2-3. A lot of humidity out there tonight. So we're even at 3-all now. Here's what's at stake in this match, Mary.
The winner of this match will go on and take take on Magnus Larsson of Sweden. Michael Chang plays Marcelo Rios of Chile. Those who advance today, and Chang holds a 4-0 lifetime edge over Rios.
Chang had a tough match today. Battled through that one. Here's a look at what happened at the U.S. Open today. We talked about Michael Chang. He sent Cedric Pioline home. Rios beats Bruguera.
That one barely made its way over. Magnus Larsson beating Wayne Pereira in straight sets. And though he got a little help here, you can see the play of all the great Aussies of the 50s and 60s echo in the 24-year-old body of Patrick Rafter.
Back to the Magnus Larsson score. And in women's play, the big story of the day was this three-setter, and Monica Seles has left the U.S. Open. The number 2 seed is gone. Look at that.
Seems like Patrick Rafter's serve, there's just a little bit less heat on it on into this fourth set. Agassi stepping in, taking it earlier, and punching him home.
Venus Williams, their first U.S. Open, moves right to the semifinals.
That
laughing all the way.
Match. Yeah. If you had night tickets for day 9 of the U.S. Open, boy, you've been treated to some tremendous tennis. Venus Williams putting on a good-looking display, beating the French woman, Sandrine Testou, and these two still mixing it up out there at close to 1 a.m.
And if you had night tickets and went home early, we're sorry. Ball was called long. Andre wants to talk about it. It's 4-3 commercial. 4-3-2 commercials. We're going to be back live in a moment. Andre Agassi is double faulted, now serving 3-4 to Patrick Rafter in the fourth set. Love 15 in the fourth round of the U.S. Open. Live coverage here on CBS. Big forehand from the 13 seed.
Love 13.
This looked like a fairly neutral rally for a while. All of a sudden, Rafter puts just a little too much on it. And he's got a love 30 advantage. Boy, that 9th double fault to start things in this game must be haunting Agassi now. More bad luck for Agassi.
Love 14.
A break here, and Rafter gets to serve for the match and serve for a place in the quarterfinals. Only this man can disabuse you of the notion that you have to train day in, day out, week in, week out, just as Rafter does. Live like a Spartan to play your very best tennis. But Agassi could be running out of time now. That goes wide.
You hear the crowd get into this. Two guys had a spirited match in '95 at the Australian. In the round of 16. That's where we are here. Our match summary. 9 double faults for Agassi.
A lot more unforced errors from Agassi as well.
We are live at the U.S. Open here in New York City, Flushing Meadows. The 4th round coverage, Patrick Rafter and Andre Agassi. Story at the net for Rafter, Mary.
He comes in an awful lot more than Agassi, and he's done a tremendous job. To continue to come into the net against Agassi's return of serve and against Agassi's passing shots says an awful lot about how well Patrick Rafter has played this match. It's a very difficult thing to do. Ace number 12 for Pat Rafter. And now just one.
15.
Agassi competed well, but all due credit to Pat Rafter, a very pro-Agassi crowd.
Quiet, please.
In the end, the unseeded American perhaps has come up with too little, too late.
They never really got rattled by the crowd and the prospects of Andre getting back in this match. Just when I say that.
14-13.
8th double fault erases one match point, but here comes another.
Quiet, please. Thank
Patrick Rafter advances on to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open.
6-3.
And Andre Agassi, the magic didn't quite return as it did in '94. And there's a happy Aussie. Gave the crowd what they wanted. Great tennis, a ball.
You know, so much of the publicity, all the advanced publicity about Australian tennis has not been about this guy, Patrick Rafter. It's been about Mark Philippoussis, the stud who's got such a huge serve and such a big ground game. But this man's tennis is so much more mature and was able to handle even a hot Andre Agassi, who was full of energy, full of promise, and now is out. A tremendously cohesive performance from Pat Rafter. And it's one that Mark Philippoussis can really learn from.
Let's go down to center court with Andrea Joyce. Andrea?
All right, thanks, Pat. Andre, a tough loss. Was this just a case of running into a very, very hot player at the wrong time?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's no question he's playing great, but, you know, I had my chances. I mean, I didn't serve well. I didn't return well for... Started getting my return together a little later on in the match, but it never really came around, and he's playing too well to make, you know, allow me to get away with that. And I felt like, you know, it just boiled down to donating my serve there at the end. I made 3 errors, only made him play 1 good point. He looked like he was getting a little tired, and I could have just tightened it up right there. Instead, I just let it slip away.
your game all through the tournament had been coming around, and you were so pleased and so happy with it. Does it make it that much more disappointing tonight?
Well, certainly it's disappointing, you know. I mean, you got to deal with circumstances as they come. I mean, you never played 2 matches the same, and it's a different player every time. And he forced me to hit shots early with the swirly wind and a little delay before we came out here. I didn't start off sharp, and I got behind from the get. I had 15-40, 2-set points, 5-6 in the second set to make it 1-set all, and physically that would have made it a whole different match for him, but instead he was up 2-0. That's a tough lead to come back from, and at the end he just, you know, he did what he needed to do.
All in all, though, it was great to see you back here. Great to see the old Andre. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Pat?
So Andre Agassi goes home. There's more news from the U.S. Open. We'll have that after a message and a word from your local station.
Doug Moore doesn't like making promises he can't keep. So...
City at the U.S. Open, where Patrick Rafter has just sent Andre Agassi home. Rafter advances to the quarters, and he talked with Andrea Joyce.
Go. Patrick, congratulations. What was going through your mind when that third set slipped away?
I thought Andre was going to come back. You know, he was looking very fit and very strong, and I was starting to get myself in a little bit of trouble out there, and you know, just the one little break in the end. I guess that's just me having a lot of matches than Andre. You've been in 5 finals this year, haven't won a tournament, though, and very hot, playing very well this summer. Is this the tournament you can win? I was a long way to go. You know, it's very open at the moment, but, you know, there's always a little chance. Hopefully I can. All right. Best of luck. Congratulations. Back to you, Pat.
All right, Andrea, thank you. And so there's the men's singles draw there, and Michael Chang had a tough match today. And Magnus Larsson now against Patrick Rafter in the quarterfinal.
Well, that's not any quarterfinal draw that any of us have expected. Peter Korda, of course, knocking off Pete Sampras in 5 tough sets yesterday. He now plays Jonas Bjorkman. Greg Ruzetsky, that war between Ruzetsky and Krajicek could really be a beautifully artful serve and volley display. Now Patrick Rafter plays Magnus Larsson, who's got a tremendous serve and a huge forehand. And Rios and Chang, Michael Chang, being the only American left in this U.S. Open. It is a wide open U.S. Open now.
And a very happy Patrick Rafter as he sends Andre packing. We'll be back with a final thought in a moment.
It's about time. Yeah, finally got one.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You'd be like...
Well? Huh?
Out.
Thanks. I must say, you're doing a great job today.
The U.S. Open at the USTA National Tennis Center. I'm Pat O'Brien along with Mary Carrillo. It's been a great day at the U.S. Open and great night. A lot of great tennis today here at the Open.
Well, only one American guy left, but a couple of women from the U.S. are still involved. Venus Williams, tremendous performance from her to get herself into the semifinals. Lindsay Davenport, another young American, is still alive. She'll play Yana Novotna, and that should be a pretty good-looking women's quarterfinal.
All right, let's take a look at the scores and see what's going on or what went on today at the U.S. Open. Michael Chang had a tough fight against Cedric Pioline.
He really did. That was a great effort from Chang to get past the Frenchman who's playing inspired tennis, the kind that got him to the Wimbledon final.
Went 5, and look at that second set. Marcelo Rios defeated Sergi Bruguera in 3 sets. The number 10 seed moved on to the quarters.
And he just played a lot better than Bruguera, who looked a little heavy in the leg.
And Magnus Larsson defeats Wayne Ferreira, and Magnus now gets Patrick Rafter in the quarters. And as we look at the draw, there you see, as Mary pointed out, the only American left in the U.S. Open is Michael Chang, the number 2 seed. Here's the women today, and this was a match earlier today, and quite a match for Aryna Spurleya.
Monica Seles just moments away from being in the semis, and Spurleya hung tough and took her out.
The number 2 seed is gone, and the new sensation at the U.S. Open is Venus Williams, who is just dancing through this Open, beads and all. And the women's draw.
So Venus Williams and Aryna Spurleya will play in one women's semifinal. Who knows what's going to happen up on top? I think Martina Hingis will surely beat Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. She's played very, very well. But That quarterfinal between Lindsay Davenport and Jana Novotná could really be something to see.
And we found out what career days are like here at the U.S. Open. I mean, Peter Korda had one against Pete Sampras and Spirlea against Monica. Tomorrow, top seeded Martina Hingis squares off against Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, and Peter Korda returns after his dramatic